All right, guys, we are back at the Mercedes warehouse, but not for a Mercedes this time. Something close, though. It's not quite Mercedes, but rather Mercury.
I mean, the first four letters are the same.
Pretty close.
But this is a big, beautiful car. What's it called? Park Lane?
The Mercury Park Lane, yeah. It's a gorgeous car. I mean, look at the front end with the big chrome grille and the double headlights.
I didn't realize Mercury made such land yachts back in the day. This thing is way bigger than I thought it would be.
I love the styling cues. It's beautiful. It's got the fins on the rear.
This is humongous.
We could put a couple of you in the rear.
We could put like 6 of you back
Depends if he acts up. This has to be a late 50s car, maybe even mid 50s.
No, I think it's a little bit newer than that.
You think so?
Yeah.
Looks like it's taking a lot of cues from, you know, the aerospace industry at the time when everyone's freaking out about flying.
All the fins on the back of the car, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's got to be somewhere in the mid 60s, 65, 66.
I don't know. It's really, really cool looking though, and it's definitely a lot different than everything else in this barn. This is the only
Mercury out here. And what happened to Mercury, dude? When did Mercury close down?
Oh, the last time, I think my grandfather drove a Mercury Sable?
Yeah.
It was a Mercury Sable, aka the Ford Taurus.
I can't recall like almost any other name.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Brent's first car, was a Mercury Sable. Mercury, man.
And he had his little subs in the back. You drive up.
No, was that the Mercury? I think he had a Mazda that had the speakers in it. Okay, I think definitely the back end of this car does take cues from Chevy, from the Impala back in the day with the 3 taillights.
The Bel Air, I believe, had 2 taillights, and then the Impalas had 3.
Yeah.
So maybe you might be right. This might be a mid-60s car because it does have a lot of styling cues that are similar to the GM products from that time period. But with that being said, let's go grab the resident mechanic from the Mercedes warehouse and let's get some information on this car.
Afternoon, guys. We're sitting here in July in sweltering Ohio heat and humidity. What we've got right here is a 1964 Mercury Park Lane 390 Marauder 4-barrel automatic transmission. What you'd call back in the day is the family cruiser. So just kind of lay back and sit in the sofa and drive down the road. Nice smooth cars, coil suspension all around, no leaf springs. It could use probably a bath and a little detailing. It's just a little dirty. It's been sitting here for a while. I remember these cars when I was younger and they were a lot of fun. Grandpa had an old Buick. When I was 16, he told me, here's $500, drive my car to Phoenix, Arizona. So I took that Electra 225 all across the country, and man, that was a ride. It was just cruising. So had a lot of fun.
I was gonna introduce you, Scott. Scott's a resident mechanic here at this collection. And we were gonna pull him aside to get some information. He just took over the channel. Honestly, we should just make you a recurring character. That was fantastic. That was better than we've ever done in the last 5 years of making YouTube videos.
Well, I'm kind of a natural, you know. Half German, half Irish, mostly bullshit.
That's quite an introduction. I have one more question for you. So me and Mike were going back and forth. I said this is a 1958, 1959, and he thinks it's a mid-60s. What year is this car and how can we tell?
Well, I mean, a lot of the older cars, the quickest thing to do is check the taillight lenses.
The actual covers?
The actual taillight lens itself. So there should be an SAE on it. And there is, you see SAE, and then this is going to be the part number, and then right there you see 64. So that's going to be the year of the car.
Interesting. Why'd they stamp it there and not on the door?
Well, they might have, and or wherever the data plate is, if there's still a data plate on it. If you're a Mopar fan, 90% of the time the data plates are gone. It's a date of 100, and I don't think it's quite 100 years old yet. So that's just a code from Ford. But I'll guarantee you with those taillights, it's a 64.
All right, well, we're gonna take your word because, man, you know quite a bit more than we do. So right before we let you go, you mind going over the engine with us because you said that it's not the Marauder, so it's a smaller engine than the faster car.
The Marauders, which were their full-size performance, we usually came with the 429s, 427s. Ford called this motor a Super Marauder. It is 390 cubic inches of Ford love.
Are those just the different valve covers though?
No, that was Mercury color.
Oh, okay.
Ford was always Ford blue and Mercury was gold. Chevy was orange, Buick was blue, Pontiac was blue, Oldsmobile was gold.
Wow.
So back in the day, that's how they did them.
Scott, you're a wealth of knowledge and a dying breed. I appreciate you taking the time, sir.
No problem.
One question I have for you guys at home is, who is this little guy on the trunk lid?
Dude, that's Henry Ford.
I think it's Yankee Doodle, dude. He's got a feather in his cap.
It's not Yankee Doodle.
He's got a feather in his cap.
Get out of here.
And
I just watched Ford vs. Ferrari. It looks just like him. All right, so we've been told this car's been sitting for about 30 years. But I gotta ask, I've seen a lot of old tires, and when did these start ripping? This thing has definitely seen better days. I'm hoping it can hold some air, but I'm not gonna hold my breath.
Mike, you think it's gonna hold air?
I bet you this one will.
What's the bet?
You can bet a hot dog on it or something.
Hot dog. All right.
Uh-oh.
It's like, dude.
Oh, it's going.
That's incredible. I love it.
You know, everyone in the comments always like, there's no way that tire would hold air. This is fake. Da, 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 da. Old tires hold air.
They definitely hold air. I mean, they leak too, but slowly. But they're way better than new construction. I mean, performance-wise, no, but to actually hold air, definitely yes.
All right, Mike. I owe you 2 weenies.
Yay. Double or nothing, 4 hot dogs. This one's even worse, but I have faith.
It is moving. Oh my god.
I love old rubber, dude. It never fails. If there was a car from the 90s, it would definitely not work, but old cars, always.
4 hot dogs. You're gonna have acid reflux, pal.
Oh, I never have acid reflux.
Well, you're gonna have gas.
That's possible.
And now we're gonna get this car pulled out for the first time in 30 years. But as you'll see, she did not go out without a fight because one of the wheels was completely locked up and dragged the entire way. But I wanna ask the question of the video, so leave your answers in the comments below. I haven't seen very many older Mercuries, nor do I hear them talked about very often. So what are some of the coolest Mercuries that they ever produced and why? I'm gonna read all of your comments and look them up because I'm curious what Mercury produced back in the day and what some of their really cool cars were. Oh, and Mike wanted to show you guys all of his hot dogs, so everyone comment nice dogs, Mike. But for this video, since we already went over the whole car with the mechanic, we're just gonna get straight into the detailing for you guys. Starting with the wheels using our Purple Rain wheel cleaner and our tire cleaner. And if you guys are curious about any of the detailing products we use in this video, not only will they be on screen when we're using them, but you can get any of them on our website at the link in our description. Now, if you have a vinyl top that looks like this, take our citrus degreaser, not in direct sunlight, spray it on while it's wet, use the softest drill brush, agitate it in, and then spray it away, and you'll see the night and day difference. Just like this one, it came back to life and looks beautiful again.
Moving on to the interior of this Park Lane, I have to say it does remind me a lot of the 1963 Bel Air we did. The setup, the layout is very similar, but I do like a couple things a lot more about this interior. I think the way that they set up this instrument cluster is a little bit cleaner, and then also I think it's a really nice touch to have Mercury laid out just like that. Now I was looking at what this car had in it, and the one thing that I didn't understand was it says right air and left air. So if you guys can let me know what these two buttons did. This is the electric top, which I was surprised it's electric. Obviously the lighter, wipers, and lights, but I don't know what this means. You guys can help me out, but I'd really appreciate that. One thing that does stink about older cars, steering wheels. The separation on steering wheels from this plastic material, when it ages, they end up coming apart and breaking. Like right here, this one's not broken. This is still nice and together, but all the rest of it has cracks. And that's just something that's kind of unavoidable through heat cycling and stuff like that. So we can clean this up, but finding a replacement steering wheel for this, especially with the 25-year anniversary steering wheel on this Mercury, would be pretty hard to come by, I assume. Another cool feature is the white seats. Red exterior, red carpets, red dash, and then the beautiful white seats. Although really dirty right now, I think they're gonna look really, really good when we're all done with it. Without further ado, I'm gonna show you one of the cool features of this car. Brent really liked this, so I said I would just show you guys as well. So you'd assume that this would just go straight down, but no. Watch me break it on camera. This would be classic. It just kind of leans back. There's no windows on cars that do anything like that. Now, everything is just up and down. I just think it's like, I don't know, it has character. Old cars just had so much more character. But all right, let's get the seats out of here and let's get started on the carpet. All right, watch the steering wheel. That's nice and easy. All right, let's take this out and let's see if we can find anything neat under this back seat. Well, that was more bare bones than I thought. Oof. We have some speed holes.
All right, we were on a hot streak of cars with good paint, but every good streak has to end eventually because unfortunately this Park Lane has some seriously rough paint. Believe it or not, I've actually already polished this whole entire side of the car, and the best spot of paint that I found was right up here near the trunk lid, and the rest of the trunk lid, yeah, it's not going to come out nearly as nice as that one area, which is a real bummer because this car in a bright red color would be beautiful. I've actually done this whole side, and this side was nowhere near as bad as the other side. But, you know, unfortunately, sometimes with these old classic cars, they get repainted once, twice, 3 times before we get to them, and there's only so much that we can do with a polisher. But I do believe that I can get the hood to refinish decently well, and I kind of like some of the patina that we have here. So that's going to be my main focus, is trying to make this hood look somewhat presentable, but I definitely have my work cut out for me, so wish me luck. So here's the final result on the hood, and it leaves a lot to be desired, unfortunately, but there's only so much you can do as a detailer. Maybe we should put a paint booth in the back there. What do you guys think? Haven't painted a car before, but maybe we should learn. All right, so we finished up the detail on the Park Lane, and we figured we would call our resident mechanic, Adam, to help us try and get this started. But first, what's your impressions of this behemoth?
It is a giant car, that's for sure. It's kind of cool. I mean, convertible, big boat. This thing would be a great cruiser, potentially.
And someone put a brand new vinyl top on it, and I really wish they would have painted it because the top looks amazing and the rest of the car leaves something to be desired.
Yeah, it looks like there's some fiberglass and stuff kind of going on here, some body work somebody did in the past. Who knows, maybe this car can come back to life and be a little bit of a rat rod.
Yeah, that's definitely what I would call it. But we have to see if it's even capable of running again. But first, I want to show you something that we found in the trunk, which will start your process of elimination as far as to what might be wrong with it. So,
ooh, well, it looks like the fuel tank shouldn't be there. There's quite a hole in the trunk pan there, and the muffler is sitting out here, so this is not a good sign for getting it running. But let's take a look under the hood, see what we got kind of going on there, and see if we can maybe make this thing work. All right, so what do we got going on here? Looks like a Ford FE 390. So pretty standard Ford motor. They made them all different sizes. Looking over everything, let's see. I'm guessing the coolant system is empty, just kind of looking at it. There's nothing up here, the way the lines look. So that's not a huge problem for just getting it started for a little bit. So it definitely has some oil in it. It's definitely dark, but it is full, so that's a good sign. Everything up here looks to be intact. Does it move? Oop. Yeah, it's got some movement there. That's a good sign. This isn't a coolant overflow. This is his gas can. This is the fuel tank right here.
oh,
We got the down guard summer winter antifreeze set up as a fuel tank because this line runs down to the bottom of the fuel pump. So I'm assuming if we put fuel in this, we should be able to get it running. What are you thinking, 5 miles per fill up?
yeah. All right, we got power to it. Looks like all the lights are on. Let's give it a crank.
Anything?
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing? I hear it
clicks.
trying.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. You know, I gotta say, it becomes very frustrating when we put all this work into these cars and we can't get them to even make somewhat of a car noise. We love these cars. We like working on these old cars, but obviously, in order for us to film videos, we need to find cars that are, in rough shape, that are super dirty. And when cars sit for that long, a lot of times problems arise. And usually cars are parked when there's a problem that arises. In life, sometimes you try and you fail, and then you have to just go find another car and work on that one. So that's what we're gonna do next week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video enough and you wanna give it a like. And if you wanna see next week's video, hit subscribe and we will see you then.